Welcome to the deep dive. We sift through the noise, stack up the sources, and pull out what really matters for you.
Huh.
Today, we're tackling something I think pretty much everyone struggles with, especially if you spend, hours parked in front of a screen.
Yeah.
That constant battle against the slouch.
Oh, yeah. The desk slump.
Exactly. Whether you're working, gaming, maybe just falling down a research rabbit hole online, that hunched over posture, it just creeps up on you, doesn't it?
It really does. Sneaky.
I know for me, after maybe an hour, I basically look like a human, question mark. It's a huge problem. And the long-term impact on comfort, on health, well, it's pretty undeniable.
Absolutely.
So for this deep dive, we found something really interesting. It's a piece of tech designed specifically for this, an intelligent posture assistant called SitRight Pro. Our mission today, it's not just to say here's what it does.
Yeah.
We want to really unpack how this non-wearable tech works, how it aims to build better habits, and why its approach is kind of different.
And what it might mean going forward.
Right. And what it signals about, the future of personal wellness tech. Our source for this is a super detailed product description, packed with specifics. So let's dig in.
Let's do it.
Okay, so the basic idea. SitRight Pro is described as this smart system you mount on your desk area. Now, we've all seen posture wearables, straps and things.
Right. The ones you stick on your back.
Yeah. But the key difference here, the big differentiator, is that it monitors your sitting posture using sensors embedded in your environment, like pressure and angle sensors. It then gives you real-time feedback, helps build habits with AI coaching, personalized analytics, little subtle cues, and you're not wearing a single thing. The promise is basically good posture on autopilot, but okay, how does it actually pull that off without being attached to you?
Yeah, that on autopilot bit is clever. It really starts with the sensor module. Think of it as the boots on the ground, maybe. This isn't something you wear. It mounts pretty discreetly, like under your desk or maybe under your chair, or even just the seat base itself. The real innovation, I think, is how it combines different sensors in that module. You've got pressure sensors, right, for the seat zone, the backrest zone.
So those where you're putting weight.
Exactly. But then, crucially, it adds inclinometers and an IMU that's an inertial measurement unit. Those track angle and tilt.
Okay, so not just pressure, but how you're angled.
Right, because pressure alone tells you where you are, but the IMU gives you the orientation, the movement. It paints a much richer picture of your posture, way more accurate than simpler sensors could manage. It also packs in a little vibration motor for haptic feedback, a little buzz maybe.
Okay. A physical nudge?
And an NFC reader, which is quite smart for handling multiple users without them having to log in or fiddle with settings every time someone new sits down.
Okay, so it's gathering all this really detailed sensor data.
Yeah.
But how does it actually, tell you what's going on? In a way that's useful, but not, super annoying or distracting.
Good question.
That's where this digital label display comes in, is that right?
Yeah.
It sounds like a neat little solution for that immediate feedback.
Exactly. The digital label display is that instant visual cue for the user. It's just a small screen, attaches easily to the edge of your desk, or maybe your monitor bezel. You can get it in e-ink or OLED.
Yeah.
And what's effective, I think, is how it shows your posture. There's this simple posture bar that shifts dynamically green, yellow dot red, as your posture kind of drifts.
Simple. Visual.
Yeah, and it pairs that with these universal emotion icons. The smiley face, the neutral face, and then the little frowning face.
I can just picture that little frown popping up.
Right, and it even throws in these little animated mini coach tips, like text saying sit tall, or maybe uncross legs. The source suggests these direct but subtle cues are designed to trigger you to adjust almost immediately.
That visual feedback, especially the emotion icons, feels very direct. Does the source talk about the sort of psychology behind that, why that might work better for long-term habits than just a beep or a number?
Well, it seems to tap into that subtle, almost nonverbal communication, that immediate kind of empathetic visual cue from the icons. It bypasses needing to read text, gives you quick, maybe slightly emotional reinforcement.
Like a gentle reminder.
Exactly. And that kind of instant continuous feedback loop is generally much more effective for building habits than, say, just getting an alert once an hour. It creates a direct link between the physical action slouching and the feedback, nudging you back before you even really register you've slumped.
Okay, so that's the immediate reaction part.
And this is where the AI coaching engine really comes into its own and elevates the whole system.
Right, the AI coaching engine. That sounds like the real brains behind it all, learning your personal habits over time. Lots of apps give tips, though. What makes this AI supposedly better at learning your posture instead of just applying generic rules? Is there specific tech mentioned?
That's a really key distinction. So the AI coaching engine is integrated with the app, and its intelligence comes from going beyond just slouching is bad. It's designed to learn your specific individual posture habits and patterns over time.
My personal slouch patterns.
Exactly. So it's not just pre-programmed rules. It gives you personalized tips based on your trends. Like maybe it notices you always start slouching around 2 p.m. or your left shoulder dips more often.
Ah, okay. More specific.
Yeah. It provides detailed trend analysis, shows you hard data, like how much time you spent slouching today compared to yesterday. And it sends these targeted reminders if your posture's been off for a while. It's this continuous learning and feedback tailored to your unique data that shifts it from just monitoring to actual coaching aimed at building, lasting habits, not just fixing it in the moment.
And that all seems to tie together within a pretty comprehensive software ecosystem, right? The idea of seeing real-time posture heat maps on an app sounds, well, incredibly insightful. How does that whole app environment enhance the coaching?
Right. The mobile and desktop app, and it's available across the board. iOS, Android, Mac OS, Windows. It really rounds out the whole picture. It gives you that bird's eye view of your posture journey.
So you can see the patterns yourself.
Exactly. Those real-time posture heat maps you mentioned, they're powerful. They visually show you where your pressure points are, which can reveal imbalances you might not even feel. Then you have the daily and weekly posture reports. They give you a quantifiable way to track your progress, maybe set some goals, and just monitor how your habits are forming over time. Plus, for folks who like all their health data in one place, there's integration with Apple Health and Google Fit, which is a nice touch.
Yeah, definitely.
And they've thought about privacy too. You get the option for cloud sync, so your data is across devices, or you can choose a completely offline mode if you prefer to keep everything local. It's about giving you the data, but, on your terms.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah. Especially now. Okay, but what about shared spaces? Like, co-working spots, libraries, even just a busy home office. A single user system might be tricky. How does SitRight Pro handle multiple people?
Yeah, that's where the multi-user support comes in. And it seems pretty practical. The system can automatically figure out who's sitting down, mainly by recognizing their unique pressure pattern on the seat.
Really? Just from how you sit?
Apparently so. And there's also an optional NFC tag you can tap for even more precise identification if needed. But the core idea is it eliminates that need to manually switch profiles.
That's quite clever.
Yeah, it makes it really versatile and pretty ideal for those shared desk environments you mentioned. Co-working spaces, school libraries, hot desking offices. It tackles that real-world problem of shared ergonomics, making sure everyone gets their own personalized tracking without a lot of hassle.
That does sound super convenient. And, okay, to make tracking your posture maybe a bit less of a chore, there's a gamified wellness mode. What's the thinking there? How does adding game elements actually help change habits beyond just getting points? Sometimes a bit of competition helps, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's a smart move, integrating gamification. It really taps into our, basic human desires for achievement, progress, maybe a little social comparison. Behavioral science tells us that things like immediate feedback, clear goals, and rewards, even virtual ones like badges, are really powerful motivators for keeping up with a new behavior. So SitRight Pro gives you that daily posture score. There's your immediate feedback. Then you have these specific achievements like earning Zen Spine for holding great posture for an hour, or Slouch Slayer if you improve your weekly score by 20%.
Go tangible goals.
Right. They're not just random points. They're actual milestones that reinforce the positive behavior. And then there's the social angle leaderboards, maybe competing with friends or colleagues, integration with team wellness challenges in an office setting.
Ah, the competition aspect.
Oh. Yeah, that adds a layer of accountability and, friendly rivalry that can really boost motivation way beyond what just tracking it yourself might do. It turns sitting up straight from a chore into more of a challenge, maybe even fun.
Okay, so it seems pretty versatile. It's clearly not just for one type of person. What are some of the main use cases the source material points to? Who is this really for?
Yeah, the use cases they list really show how broad the potential impact is. It's definitely highlighted for remote workers, people who often struggle to maintain good desk habits without that structured office environment.
Makes sense.
Gamers are another key group mentioned. They often deal with back strain from long sessions, right? So this offers a way to be more proactive about it.
Definitely see that.
Beyond individuals, it's pitched for offices that want to promote ergonomic awareness generally, helping build a healthier work culture. And interestingly, they also suggest it for schools teaching kids healthy posture habits from a young age, instilling that early.
How interesting. Coactive.
And even in clinical settings, imagine using it in physical therapy programs to offer objective feedback. That could seriously boost patient compliance and track outcomes more effectively. It really hits a fundamental need across lots of different situations.
And to fit those different needs and probably different budgets, it looks like there are a few different versions. Can you give us the quick rundown?
Sure. So there's the SitRight Lite, that the entry-level one gives you the basic sensors and just that essential posture bar display. Simple feedback.
Got it.
Then there's the standard SitRight. That steps it up to include the app connectivity, the haptic alerts, the little buzzes, and the local AI coaching for a more complete personal experience.
Okay.
And finally, the SitRight Pro. That's the full package we've mostly been talking about, with the advanced AI coach, the cloud sync option, all the gamification features, and that multi-user support. That's the whole shebang.
Right, the pro version.
Yeah.
Okay. And beyond even individual users or small offices, the source mentions some enterprise-level stuff too. A developer API and an enterprise dashboard. What's that about?
Yeah, this is where it gets potentially powerful for larger organizations or even researchers. These are optional, but they offer quite a bit. The developer API comes with a customizable SDK, a software development kit. That means companies could integrate SitRight Pro data directly into their existing corporate wellness platforms.
Yeah, seamless integration.
Exactly. Folding posture tracking right into their broader health programs. And maybe even more significantly, there's the real-time data export capability. Think about HR departments getting anonymized ergonomic trend data across the workforce, or physiotherapy clinics using it for detailed, objective patient progress tracking. Ergonomics researchers could gather amazing real-world data on seating patterns. It's about taking that individual data and leveraging it for bigger insight.
Yeah, lots of potential there. And finally, just quickly, what about the actual device, the materials and design? It's not wearable, so it needs to fit into the environment, right?
Right. They've aimed for discreet and adaptable. The source describes it as having a minimalist, low-profile housing, and it's made from recyclable materials, which is a nice sustainability point.
Good.
It offers flexible mounting. You can use magnets or adhesive strips, so it should fit onto most desks or chairs pretty easily. And power-wise, you've got options. Either a USB-C rechargeable battery if you need portability, or you can just wire it for continuous power.
Pretty flexible.
Yeah, the idea seems to be it should blend in. Be noticed for what it does, not necessarily for what it looks like.
Okay, so wrapping things up a bit, SitRight Pro basically aims to put, as they say, good posture on autopilot. It does this through this mix of smart, non-wearable sensors, that AI coaching, learning your habits, and these engaging gamified features. It's a very clever way to tackle a super common problem, moving beyond just simple alerts towards hopefully actual long-term habit change.
Yeah, and it kind of makes you think, doesn't it? It raises this interesting question for you, the listener, to maybe mull over. If these intelligent, non-wearable systems like SitRight Pro can now monitor and coach something as personal, as seemingly simple as how we sit, what else? What other parts of our daily health or our habits might soon be managed or improved by similar kinds of subtle tech, just embedded in our environment around us? What does that mean for the future of personal wellness and how we interact with our world when the world itself starts becoming, well, an active participant in looking after us?
That's definitely something to chew on.
Something to think about until our next deep dive.